More than a century of history cannot be all that defines us, as new opportunities await. It's time for something unexpected, something audacious.
Despite being in the industry for more than 100 years, Ford has not stopped innovating, and the company has done it yet again. With its latest move, Ford just pushed the boundaries of automotive innovation with a revolutionary engine that has the entire industry shocked. This engine embodies more than just horsepower or fuel efficiency, as it's a game changer that could completely redefine the future of transportation. What makes this engine so mind-blowing, and how does it stack up against competitors? Could this be the beginning of a new era for Ford? Join us as we reveal the features, technology, and impact of Ford's new engine, and explore why it has everyone shocked. New engine. The most recent main attraction of Ford's lineup is its EcoBoost engine series, which is a perfect example of smart engineering. These engines masterfully combine turbocharging and direct fuel injection, ensuring high performance without compromising fuel efficiency. Ford's EcoBoost engines combine the strength of larger engines with the efficiency of smaller ones, offering a smart solution for drivers seeking power and fuel savings. These engines achieve this by using two key technologies: turbocharging and direct fuel injection. Turbocharging works like a balloon pump for the engine. It uses the exhaust's leftover energy to force more air into the engine, increasing the combustion power without needing a larger engine size. This clever use of energy boosts the engine's output while maintaining its compact form. Direct fuel injection, on the other hand, sprays fuel directly into the combustion chamber at high pressure. This is where it gets more interesting, and you'll soon see why. This precise delivery ensures every drop of fuel is used efficiently, improving performance and reducing waste. The EcoBoost lineup includes several engine options tailored to different needs. The compact 1.0-liter turbocharged three-cylinder produces 123 horsepower, making it ideal for smaller cars. The 1.5-liter turbocharged three-cylinder step up with 181 horsepower, perfect for slightly larger vehicles. For mid-size cars and SUVs, the 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder offers versatility with power ranging from 166 to 250 horsepower. The 2.3-liter turbocharged four-cylinder delivers up to 310 horsepower, designed for those seeking sporty performance. Meanwhile, the 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged V6 combines the power of a V8 engine with better fuel efficiency, making it a great choice for trucks and large SUVs. What sets EcoBoost engines apart from traditional naturally aspirated engines is their ability to maximize power output from a smaller design. A regular engine relies on a natural flow of air and fuel, much like blowing up a balloon with your breath. EcoBoost, however, uses turbocharging and precision fuel injection to deliver the same or even greater power while using less fuel and producing fewer emissions. EcoBoost engines matter because they offer a balance between performance, efficiency, and environmental friendliness. So whether you're driving a compact car or a heavy-duty truck, EcoBoost technology ensures you get more power, better mileage, and reduced environmental impact, all without compromising the driving experience. The versatility has made EcoBoost a staple in Ford's lineup, from sporty Mustangs to more reliable F-150s. Taking innovation even further is Ford's hybrid F-150 trucks, which merge traditional internal combustion with electric power. About 25% of all F-150s on the road today are hybrids, signaling their growing appeal. They promise the best of both worlds: robust power for towing and hauling, combined with substantial fuel savings. One notable feature that could almost make the trucks into mobile power stations is exportable power availability. From powering tools on a construction site to charging devices while on a camping adventure, this hybrid F-150 is as practical as it gets. Now, for those who crave speed and power, the Predator V8 stands as Ford's ultimate performance engine. Making its debut in the 2020 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500, this 5.2-liter supercharged engine produces a shocking 760 horsepower and 625 foot-pounds of torque.
You have these different style supercharger pulleys. They have the clutches in them. So it's going to take a little R&D work until there's options available to replace those. So we're going to start with stock boost and then see where it takes us.
The Predator Vive 8 features advanced technologies like dual overhead camshafts and variable camshaft timing, which optimize valve operation for both high-speed performance and efficiency. What sets this engine apart is its hand-built craftsmanship, with each unit meticulously assembled by skilled workers at Ford's Romeo plant in Michigan. Driving a vehicle powered by the Predator Vive 8 isn't just a commute, it's an experience. From its thunderous roar to its lightning-fast acceleration, this engine transforms every road into a racetrack. This next detail is even more interesting. Fords look beyond conventional fuels. While all of these seem mind-blowing already, Ford is looking beyond conventional fuels with its patented hydrogen engine design. Although still in development, this innovation has the potential to revolutionize clean energy in combustion engines. The hydrogen engine uses direct fuel injection to introduce hydrogen into the combustion chamber with precision. It also employs exhaust gas recirculation to regulate combustion temperatures, reducing the risk of premature detonation, also known as engine knock. You may be wondering, why hydrogen? It's a clean energy source that produces only water vapor as a byproduct, making it a promising alternative to gasoline. If successfully scaled, Ford's hydrogen engine could power everything from family cars to iconic muscle cars like the Mustang, all while aligning with modern sustainability goals. Ford's vapor recycling system is a smart way to cut down on pollution from cars while making engines work better. It takes gases called blow-by that escape from inside the engine and usually go to waste, and recycles them back into the engine to burn again. This not only reduces harmful emissions, but also makes sure no fuel is wasted. A major part of this system is the positive crankcase ventilation valve, which controls how these gases flow back into the engine so they can be used. Ford has also improved how it handles fuel vapors from the gas tank. Normally, these vapors are collected in a charcoal canister and later burned in the engine, but Ford's new system does it differently. It sends the vapors to a special chamber where they're burned more efficiently, thanks to a built-in igniter. This approach cuts down on pollution even more and helps Ford stay ahead in making cleaner, greener car technology. More importantly, people's perception of these new engines is also worth noting. The excitement surrounding Ford's latest engine innovations is palpable, with the F-150 Lightning making waves right from its launch. Within just 1 week of its official release on May 19th, Ford recorded an astounding 70,000 reservations, each secured with a $100 deposit. According to Jason Mace, Ford's cross-vehicle marketing manager, this impressive response shows not only strong consumer interest, but also a growing demand for cutting-edge electric vehicles. Building on the momentum of the Mustang Mach-E, which saw 70% of its initial buyers as newcomers to Ford, Lightning is poised to expand the brand's reach even further. The level of enthusiasm for the F-150 Lightning has surpassed Ford's expectations, particularly with customer preferences leaning toward premium features. Mace noted that 90% of buyers opted for the highest trim level, while 80% chose the extended range battery, showing a clear appetite for performance and advanced technology. Let's take a closer look at Ford's electric and hybrid innovations. Ford is going all in on electric vehicles, with a massive $22 billion investment by 2025. This massive move shows their commitment to staying ahead in the race for a greener future. To understand how Ford plans to pull this off, let's look at how they're tailoring their strategy to 3 major players: China, the UK, and the US. In China, Ford is diving into the world's biggest EV market. The Chinese government strongly supports EVs, creating a huge opportunity for Ford. But the competition here is fierce, with big names like BYD and NIO leading the charge. To stand out, Ford is leaning into lithium iron phosphate batteries, which are affordable and efficient. Partnering with local suppliers and using China's advanced technology could give Ford the edge it needs to thrive in this competitive market. Across the globe, Ford faces strict new rules. This is because by 2030, petrol and diesel cars will be off the table in some countries, making hybrids and EVs essential for survival. Ford's plan to launch electric vans and trucks fits perfectly here. Plus, with many countries investing in more EV charging stations, Ford has a real chance to stay ahead. Other factors could play in favor too, such as collaborating with technology companies on developing smarter and better connected vehicles, perhaps. Ford invested £24 million in the Essex-based Dunton campus, enhancing its EV testing capability. A new propulsion development laboratory has come up, to be used by both the EV and hybrid vehicles, along with traditional engines, leading to faster testing and development, will get Ford well prepared to adapt to market conditions as time goes by. In other words, this lab is basically how Ford knows their engine will last and perform well through proper testing. Ford's Lab for Engine Testing. Ford's new propulsion development laboratory is a high-tech center where different types of engines, including electric and hybrid ones, can be tested. The lab has 8 test rooms that run day and night, allowing Ford to check how reliable their vehicles are by simulating years of use in a short time. This helps Ford make sure their engines are built to last and keeps them ready to adapt to new technologies in the future. The lab is also an important step in helping Ford create cleaner and more efficient vehicles. By speeding up testing and development, Ford can bring better cars to market faster, whether they're electric, hybrid, or traditional. This shows Ford's focus on staying ahead in the auto industry and their commitment to making vehicles that are ready for a more sustainable future. Back home in the US, Ford is focusing on what Americans love: trucks and incentives. The F-150 Lightning, an electric version of their iconic pickup, is designed to appeal to traditional truck fans who are open to greener options. On top of that, Ford's push for domestic battery production means they can lower costs and qualify for government subsidies. With the US building more renewable energy sources and EV infrastructure, Ford's electric vision is right on track. What ties it all together is Ford's smart approach to combining affordability with innovation. In China, they focus on cutting costs. In the UK, they tackle strict regulations. And in the US, they play to patriotic pride and government incentives. Ford is influencing the future of transportation, one electric vehicle at a time, by catering to the particular requirements of every area. Now here's why Ford's vision matters. Ford's commitment to electric vehicles is reshaping the automotive landscape and redefining the company's legacy. As one of the world's most recognizable car manufacturers, Ford's transition toward an all-electric future signals a broader industry shift toward sustainability. The company has pledged to invest over $50 billion in electrification through 2026, including the development of cutting-edge EVs like the F-150 Lightning and Mustang Mach-E. These vehicles not only preserve the performance and heritage Ford is known for, but also cater to the growing consumer demand for greener transportation options. By leading the charge in making EVs mainstream, Ford is positioning itself as a trailblazer in the fight against climate change. Beyond just building EVs, Ford wants to build a strong ecosystem to support them. To guarantee sustainable manufacturing practices and supply chain security, the company is constructing a network of cutting-edge battery production facilities, including Blue Oval City in Tennessee. Ford is also investing in home and public charging infrastructure to increase customer accessibility and convenience for EV ownership. Ford's commitment to sustainability is further demonstrated via partnerships with energy suppliers to include renewable energy in charging networks. These initiatives are essential in resolving customer concerns around charging accessibility and range anxiety, two major obstacles to the broad adoption of EVs. In addition to achieving environmental objectives, this electric revolution is also changing businesses and communities. Ford's EV activities are generating economic possibilities and promoting innovation by generating thousands of employment in the engineering, manufacturing, and renewable energy sectors. Ford is also aiming to democratize access to sustainable technology by lowering prices and increasing EV production, making electric cars more accessible to the general public. Ford's vision for electric vehicles is significant because it paves the way for a cleaner, more just future by fusing economic expansion with environmental responsibility. What exactly makes ZZ632 Block VI8 special? Well, General Motor engineers have incorporated powerful materials and precision manufacturing steps that were reserved for racing engines, which elevated the powerhouse to a performance level that was thought to be unreachable in production cars. Whether you're talking about its incredible speed, its powerful sound, or smooth yet thrilling power delivery, the ZZ632 Block V8 promises to redefine what drivers expect from their respective engines. But here's the question. What if this engine could actually destroy the whole car industry? What if this technological wonder has the potential to make every car outside there feel not up to standard? Let's see why it isn't just about horsepower, but about a change and shift in automotive engineering. This brings us to undoubtedly the most important aspect, which are the key features of the ZZ632 Big Block V8 engine. Features of ZZ632 V8 block engine.
This is also the highest horsepower one we've uncrated back here. We've done the Ford Godzilla. This is the Chevrolet Performance ZZ632 1000. This thing makes 1000 horsepower.
The ZZ632 Big Block V8 engine is loaded with astonishing features that makes it a difference maker in the automotive world. To put its horsepower and torque into perspective, it's more than just having power, but having the right kind of power. The engine provides instant throttle response, which makes it fit for everything from drag racing to high-level performance street driving. The kind of power it possesses makes every moment feel electric behind the wheel. Also, its engine is built with a kind of precision that you would expect from a top-level performance engine. General Motors has made use of advanced materials like aluminum alloy to reduce its weight while maintaining its awesome usability. Every part of the engine, from the camshaft to the pistons, is carefully built to make sure that it can cope with harsh conditions without a drop in performance. Mr. Russ O'Bleans, the General Motors Director of Performance and Racing Propulsion Team, said, "The ZZ632 V8 block engine is still their biggest and baddest ever crate engine they've ever produced." He reiterated that the ZZ632 sits at the top of their unparalleled crate engine lineup. The engine delivers incredible power, as it does it on pump gas. The ZZ632 Big Block V8 is said to reach its peak power at 6,600 RPM and revolutions at a recommended maximum of 7,000 RPM. Its fuel is delivered by 8 port injectors, with the engine breathing through CNC-machined high-flow aluminum cylinder heads that feature symmetrical ports. While big blocks have been traditionally designed with variations in port shape from cylinder to cylinder, all the 8 intake ports of ZZ632 V8 engine have the same length, volume, and layout. All its exhaust ports are similar, thereby ensuring all cylinders produce the same power. Another standout feature of ZZ632 engine block V8 is its modular design. General Motors engineers have made the engines to be easily adapted to a wide range of different vehicle platforms, which ranges from high-performance street cars to racing machines. This flexibility has opened up a new world of possibilities for both engineers and car lovers.
Great big lump of news coming out of the race shop here, and when I say big, I mean it in every sense. Big cubes, big power, and big size.
ZZ632 Block V8 possesses an electric fuel injection system that enables perfect fuel delivery and efficiency. This system aids optimal combustion and provides both performance and fuel economy. General Motors has managed to balance effectively both eco-friendliness and fuel efficiency, which are just as important as power. With General Motors' unrelenting pursuit of innovation, the ZZ632 V8 could be a waymaker for future engines that would be more powerful and more efficient. It's safe to say that it's going to be more environmentally friendly than ever before. The impact, what it means for the industry. The ZZ632 Big Block V8 engine is not just a new one, but a custodian of a new era in the automotive world. With the level of power, precision, and adaptability that it possesses, this engine has the capacity to outperform its rivals and leave them in the dust, making them struggle to catch up. In an industry where performance and fuel economy are the two opposing forces, General Motors has been able to put them both together without stress. They have proven that it is possible to have an engine that can deliver high power without eliminating efficiency. This could be the springboard for the whole industry-wide shift, one which other automakers may need to rethink how they approach the design of engine, fuel economy, and performance. But here's the catch. The real question is not just whether General Motors will subdue the industry with this engine, it's whether all other producers will have to rethink their whole approach to the design of automotive. Could this be the engine that would force competitors to blend or risk becoming outdated? Will the ZZ632 V8 engine transform the industry? The bigger picture is much more compelling, as it is very easy to get caught up in the excitement of the groundbreaking engine. The ZZ632 V8 engine could be a pointer to a shift towards a new kind of the car, where power, efficiency, and environmental responsibility ceases to coexist mutually and exclusively. This could be the engine that propels General Motors into a new era of automotive engineering. The possibilities are endless. If other automakers are not paying close attention, they should be, as this is not just about a company or an engine, but an industry that shifts wide and could change all we know about the future of cars. While the ZZ632 V8 engine is an impressive statement, it's also a reflection of the mindset that General Motors had adopted.
Starting this November, General Motors is putting over 1,400 people out of work. A GM plant in Kansas is making room for an overhaul.
That is, to never settle for the less, and to always push the boundaries of possibilities. Car enthusiasts and consumers can only wonder what General Motors will next unveil. The innovation that General Motors is leading could have ripple effects, cutting across every aspect of our lives, changing our way of thinking about transportation, sustainability, and the future of movement. General Motors has once again proven that it's not just about making cars that move fast, but it's about developing cars that are smarter, more efficient, and more powerful than we've ever had it. In many ways, the new engine is more than just a technological advancement, but a message to the car industry at large. General Motors is ready to lead, and the rest of the automotive world should be prepared. If they can't keep up, they may be left behind to chase a future General Motors had already built. The ZZ632 V8 is not just a powerful engine, but one that symbolizes the new and bold future of automotive engineering. The future of cars has arrived, and it's been powered by General Motors. As General Motors continues to innovate and push boundaries, who knows what the next big breakthrough will be? Car makers such as Jaguars, Chrysler, Aston Martin, Rolls-Royce, Maserati, Opel, and Volvo have committed to fully going into electric models of cars by the end of the decade. Shockingly, Toyota's brand, Lexus, has also promised to stop selling vehicles with combustion engines by 2035.
So let me start by updating you on the status of a luxury brand, Lexus.
In Europe, some car makers have made plans to sell only EVs. For example, Mercedes has plans to switch entirely to electric in Europe by 2030, but only on the condition the market will be favorable.
Right here is the heart of our AMG, and this engine was actually built here in Affalterbach at our AMG headquarters, after the iconic principle, one man, one engine.
Mercedes' long rival Audi will stop the production of combustion engine cars by 2032. Volkswagen plans on producing EVs in Europe in 2033. This brings us to the question if these huge and successful brands are keen on taking the idea of shifting from combustion engine cars to electric models. Why is Toyota refusing to do the same? What impact will it have on the brand if they eventually start to produce electric cars?
Rare look at an electric car that has just 3 wheels.
The KPI X5's Betty Yu took the Toyota prototype for a test drive today. Check it out.
Toyota CEO Akito Toyoda had his view about the electric vehicle. He believed that the invention of battery electric vehicle is one of the numerous solutions to achieve carbon neutrality globally. As promising as that sounds, the reason why he can't fully commit to the production of electric cars. Reason being that the charging infrastructure of these vehicles will be a constraint to Toyota users. Statistically, around 1 billion people globally do not have access to constant electricity, which is a major source of power for these vehicles. In these areas, Toyota's products are in great demand. For Toyota, switching from combustion engines to electric models wouldn't be a great idea, hence the investment in making engines powered by hydrogen. A unique model of an engine that Toyota is sure would be of greater value, use, investment, and profit to users generally. This brings us to another question. Is a hydrogen engine a better option? How does it work?
Especially with a direct injection system, which is spray-guided, and a bi-turbo system, which reacts as fast as lightning.
What are the advantages it has over electric vehicles? How does the Toyota hydrogen engine work? By transcending existing fuel technologies through electrolysis, this happens in real time to create a self-sustaining cycle. Unlike the traditional hydrogen vehicles, which require cumbersome high-pressure storage tanks, the hydrogen engine employs a water tank equipped with electrodes. The moment these electrodes receive a higher voltage, they immediately separate water into its basic element, which is hydrogen and oxygen, the elements which come together and are responsible for making water solutions.
So the idea is, what if instead of making a whole bunch of new electric cars, we instead took the combustion cars that we already have built and converted them to hydrogen-based fuels?
After the hydrogen is isolated, it is then directed into the combustion chambers where it ignites, replicating how natural gases ignite. The eco-conscious implications of this innovation could be placed next to transformative, as when this engine is running, it emits near or zero emissions. Even the most advanced electric engines and vehicles haven't gotten this feature yet.
Now, we need to discuss emissions because it's not quite as simple as you take oxygen and hydrogen and then out comes water. So of course air has nitrogen.
This feat alone shows reasons why Toyota's CEO boasted about this engine putting out electric cars. It sidesteps environmental repercussions associated with extracting rare earth metals for batteries and oil consumption from traditional engines. Incredible, right? These new engines might just be revolutionary in the automobile world. Now, beyond its ecological virtues, the hydrogen engine is user-friendly. A vehicle with this engine can be refueled with distilled water, a resource that is easy to come by and in plenty of abundance. This is in stark contrast to the logistical complexity of charging electric vehicles or even the refueling of hydrogen cars. This engine is promising, especially to the environment. It produces nearly zero emissions, rivaling EVs, but offering greater convenience. The engine is able to refuel from any source of diluted water. This engine sidesteps the logistic complications attached to hydrogen-based vehicles, traditional engines, and EVs. When compared to hydrogen engines and heavy FCVs, the Toyota water engine stands out as an eco-friendly marvel. Storing water is simple and inexpensive, in stark contrast to hydrogen, which demands heavily armored, vigorously monitored tanks. The pure form of hydrogen is challenging to contain and prone to escape if there are any irregularities with the tank. The tank needs constant monitoring and maintenance. Meanwhile, a water-powered vehicle could use any plastic container as its storage tank. Additionally, storing hydrogen outside of a vehicle involves its own sets of challenges, requiring specific temperatures and steady leak-proof tanks, as hydrogen easily leaks. Distilled water, in contrast, is readily available in any store or supermarket and can even be produced at home using basic chemistry. The costliness of storing and producing hydrogen has impeded its widespread spread option, ultimately driving out consumer prices and undermining its viability as a long-term fuel alternative. While water engines might sound like a futuristic concept, they are poised to be eminently practical for everyday use. Contrary to some perceptions, these engines are not lacking in power. They can match the power and performance of conventional gasoline engines and surpass them. Water engines have the capability to generate 3 times energy compared to gasoline counterparts. This is another feat that is seen to possibly put electric and traditional engines under the radar as these new engines make their way into the automobile market. A revolution we cannot wait to befall upon, as with each passing day. What makes this new engine stand out? Other than being an innovation by Toyota, along with it being powered by water, the hydrogen power engines can match the performance of their gasoline counterparts due to hydrogen's unique nature as a fuel. This is because when hydrogen burns, it does faster than fuel, resulting in rapid combustion that enhances the engine rapidness, which is critical for driving. When drivers use traditional engines, Immediately they press down on the accelerator, they expect an immediate throttle response, a distinctive engine sound with a sense of power. Toyota has been able to replicate the same features and characteristics on this new hydrogen engine, while using a cleaner fuel, making this unique engine stand out amongst others, which means users who might migrate from either electric engines or traditional engines wouldn't see a significant change negatively when using the new Toyota's engine, as it'll still be able to reenact the nostalgic feeling of traditional and electric vehicles while driving. Toyota has also conducted numerous vigorous tests to show that the new hydrogen engine can compete with traditional engines, as many drivers would have preferred. The test was able to showcase that Toyota's new hydrogen engine can compete with traditional engines and even traditional racing cars in terms of endurance, speed, and agility. Toyota's 4A has been able to yield promising results by modifying and refining existing engine design to be able to accommodate hydrogen fuel, achieving power input that rivals and exceeds that of conventional gasoline engines. Toyota has merged the dynamics of traditional combustion engines with the use of a cleaner fuel source. Whether on the racetrack or for day-to-day activities, Toyota has ensured that its new engine delivers the performance, sensation, and enjoyment that driver expects from traditional engines. When comparing water engines to fossil fuel engines would give a clearer reason as to why this new engine is breaking the bounds in the automotive industry. Water is more potent than regular gasoline as a fuel source. Putting this in practice, a liter of water can produce around 90 to 96 megajoules of power, whereby a liter of fuel produces only 29 megajoules of energy. This is 4 times less than what is being generated by water engines. Before you get all hyped up about getting a hyper-hydrogen vehicle, you should know that is not going to be the case in all vehicles. Of course, the cars will have enough power to meet the needs of most people, but it isn't going to be like a race car hitting over 180 miles per hour, but it will be able to generate power to satisfy most people's needs. Another thing is that internal combustion engine produces all sorts of toxic emissions, the most notable of which is the extreme amount of carbon dioxide, whereas the water power engine produces only water vapor, which causes next to zero emission, making the water engine a blessing we have all been waiting for in the automobile industry. Utilizing water as a way of fueling the car is simply much better from a pragmatic standpoint. Water is considerably cheaper than gasoline and diesel, making the car as economical as an EV. Do you think of these engines as the future, and can they truly bring about the transformation they seem to promise? Let us know what you think in the comments section. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Click on the next video displayed on your screen. You will enjoy it.